So the recording's on, so we'll just do a 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good to see you again, and I've got Stony Stonebraker with me here. Stony and I have known each other now probably 8, 9 months, maybe a little bit longer than that. We meet every other week. There's several of us that are real estate investors. We've come to know and like, I think. I know it goes my way to you, and trust each other in this, and we're growing a lot. Stony had a fascinating first career. Worked with Florida Power and Light in their kind of technology side of that, and began doing some real estate investing. Read a few books, some of the classic ones here that got his mindset to shift around here, and he's been involved in multifamily for a good while. In fact, you're in the middle of a couple of deals right now, Stony. Is that right?
We are. Yes, sure are. I think we have half a dozen or so that we own, but 2 in the transition between just buying and just selling.
Yeah, and the transition time is a challenge for all of us, isn't it? A lot going on in there. Make sure we do it right. And you're down in the Miami area, Coral Gables area. Been down there for a good while, and I'm up here in DeLand, a little bit further north from you in Florida. We have some other folks that are in California and Michigan and other places that we talk with pretty regularly, and kind of stimulate each other and help each other grow in this. Stony, you want to fill in anything else about your family or something else as I introduced you here?
Well, I have a son who is just about to get married, and we're planning for that big time. And we have a French bulldog, which I just showed you earlier.
Yes.
He likes to come in and snore, so I moved him out of the room here for a couple of minutes.
Yay. Well, all the best to you as you get ready for that wedding in your family. Those are special occasions for sure.
Thank you.
With that. So Stony, we often, you and I both, and the other people that we kind of keep in touch with are regularly speaking to people that might be interested in investing in real estate or in multifamily real estate specifically, but they've not done it before. What are some things you'd say to them as they're considering that?
Well, I think the way that we invest in real estate, and we invite people in just like you do, is some ways that haven't been available to the general public in the past. I think a lot of that has been kind of a good old boy network. And so with the advent of the internet and podcasts like yours and so forth, the word is getting out more about better ways to invest. And I think we have a model that, and I'm talking about you and me and others, have a model that's really good for the general public. The syndication model allows people who are experienced in real estate and professionals in it, like we are full-time in it, that can help put together a team that can invest in real estate. And we can bring along investors, even if they don't have the knowledge or the experience in real estate. And it's like people make the analogy of flying in a plane, a jet plane, where you have a pilot and a crew up front, which is the professionals, and then the passengers are the investors in it. There's no liability for the passengers. They're able to invest in a deal. And these deals are, to me, are better investors, or certainly they're diverse from the typical stock market and the mutual funds and all the fees that you have with those things. But they allow people to actually own a piece of a property. You can drive by it and you can see that property. You own that. You're not owning a stock in a REIT, a real estate investment trust. You're actually owning a piece of that property. But you don't have to do all the tenants, termites, and toilets work, that we talk about. And so it allows you to passively invest. You get passive income up front, and you typically, it's not guaranteed, but you typically get double-digit returns over the life of these investments. Plus, when you do get your returns initially, you get the advantages of real estate that you don't get in the stock market and other things like depreciation. So you get part of your income is deferred taxes and so forth like that. So there's a lot of advantages to it.
Yeah, I really like that image. So the people in the back of the plane, and that's where I fly when I'm flying, can read and do what they like and talk and not have to worry and allow the pilot, but they all get to the destination together. I really like that.
That's
that
right.
image.
The only work you have to do is at the spring of the year is make sure your accountant gets the K1 that says here's the net income and depreciation write-offs and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're really saying that this ordinary people can do this if they get connected. What would you say? How would they know if they've got a good pilot up there, a good airline that they're with here, Stony?
Good point, Harland. Yes, that's the key, and that to me is more important than what the deal is or where it is or anything else. It's, do you trust the person that is running the show? And it's the team, can they execute what they propose to you, the offering? And that's the key to analyzing people. And I guess the best way I think of is to get referrals and to also maybe do a background check. I mean, anybody that we do a deal with, we always do background checks on them. We talk to as many referrals as we can. We do Google searches with their name and the combination with previous properties or anything like that. And we do a lot of, I contact a lot of other people who might know them so that we can get to know their background and how long they've been in the business. And certainly their track record, maybe they have certainly they should have a website with all of the properties that they've done in the past. And to see that want to have somebody who has some experience with other properties, of course, and that maybe you know them or you've gotten to know them somehow through interactions. And most of these sponsors, as we call them, there are multiple terms for them, sponsors or operators or general partners, should have some experience and people that to make sure that you get to understand their background.
Yeah, just like we do with our properties, Stony, due diligence is kind of that term that we use there, and we really use that with other people too, don't we? Just like we might with going to buy a stock or a mutual fund to look and see how it's done and who's running it, and do you trust them?
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Stony, we do these short ones, and so we're on a short one today with you. It makes it more, people watch shorter ones for us.
Very good.
Anything else you'd like to say to folks out there? And then I'm going to give you a chance to say how they can get in touch with you. But anything else you can think of as we're talking to people that are considering becoming investors?
Well, I think it benefits a lot of people to become more financially literate. And that's one of our things that we want our investors to do, is to become better investors. And so we try to help them with professional referrals that people we think can help them with their own investments. And we don't think that just investing in multifamily properties or something that we offer is the only thing that they should be doing. They should have a balanced approach and a diverse approach. So we think that makes a lot of sense. It should be that multifamily and commercial real estate should be a part of most people's portfolios. But certainly we encourage people to read as much as you can about investing, and it's an important part to help create a legacy for your family and to help your children, especially because not many people get formal training in financial literacy.
Yeah, you and I have got a lot of experience. It's good to be able to pass that on to our children and encourage them to learn this too. And we've talked to a number of people that are doing just that make sure that their children know and start in it early. We wish we'd started earlier, didn't we, Stony?
Exactly.
With real estate investing.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. How can people get in touch with you, Stony? And I'm gonna post something visually on it as soon as we get off here. But how can they get in touch with you?
Sure. Our website is Passivo, REI, PASSIVO, REI. It's passive is the word is passive in Spanish with the two S's for passive income. And you can certainly email me at Stony@PassivoREI.com. And that's spelled STONY.
Very good.
So that's very good.
And is there anything there? I know we've put together a little ebook that we make available to people. Have you done something like that? If people go to placebo?
We certainly have. We've described our investment philosophy and how we like to make sure our investments are safe, but yet have a good growth opportunity. And it's little booklet called the four investing rules for the new American dream. And it's at placeborei.com/dream.
Okay, good. So they'll be able to see that in writing and make sure they get it spelled right and
That's right.
get that from you. Yay, good. Stony, thank you for your time today. We enjoy, we get together every couple of weeks, you and I and some others, and we learn from each other and keep growing in this and getting better and better at it. I appreciate you giving some time today and sharing with our investors. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Harland. Good to be with you today, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yes.